Southern States co-op on Eagle Way by News. The Hoptown Hoppers. John Atkins for Circuit Judge. Hayes Furniture on Fort Capital. Manuel Electric. Max Field Express. Raymond Nelson Insurance, your local auto owners insurance agent. Gladys Bank and Anthem. Hugger Beer and Giles Funeral Home. And by Stephanie Coleman for Circuit Judge. It's time now for Hoptown Hoppers Baseball on News Radio, WHOP, and WHOPAM.com.
Hello, baseball fans everywhere from the perch on the deck at Hopkinsville High's Tiger Field. It is once again time for Hoptown Hoppers Baseball. And a very pleasant good evening to you. Todd Hamilton, glad to be with you on this Monday evening as we have Ohio Valley League Baseball. As the Hoptown Hoppers at 8-6, currently in third place in the South Division, take on the front-running Henderson Flash in the North Division. J.D. Arndt's Ball Club at 12-3 and coming off just their third loss of the season last night. A 9-8 walk-off win for the Owensboro River Dogs, while the Hoppers were a winner 12-2 over the Franklin Duelers. That game played over at South Warren High School in Bowling Green. First of a two-game homestand for the Hoppers this week as they'll play here tonight against Henderson. And then tomorrow night, the Muhlenberg County Stallions come to town. And let us remind you, as you may have noticed, this game is a 7:30 start. We'll also start at 7:30 tomorrow night because of the heat conditions. And then the Hoppers will hit the road for a couple of games. They'll be at Owensboro Wednesday night and at Fulton Thursday before coming back here to host Franklin on Friday night and then play full count rhythm over at Bowling Green Ballpark, the home of the Bowling Green Hot Rods, on Saturday, and then a home game Sunday with the Fulton Railroaders. This time of the season, we're always busy in the month of June, and this is going to be one of those weeks. Not quite Magical Mystery Tour week, but pretty close. We'll come back with more pregame from Tiger Field as we continue in a couple of minutes on Hoppers Radio, on News Radio WHOP and WHOPAM.com. Reichen Elastomers. Join the Reichen Elastomers team today with starting pay at $17.50 and an excellent benefit package. Call 270-475-2150, extension 214 to learn more. For J.D. Arndt and the Henderson Flash at 12-3. They are the number one team right now in the North Division. and it'll be Drew Dalton at second base leading off for them tonight. Kyle Levansky will be the shortstop and bat second. Nick Rucker, the DH, will hit third. Zach Thomas, first base, batting fourth. Ryan Dos Santos in right field will hit number 5. Jeff Hoffman will play third base and hit number 6. It is Casey Sorg, S-O-R-G, playing left field and hitting 7th. Peyton Matthews in center hits 8th. Ben Berenda will bat 9th and catch. And J.D. Willis 2-0 and an 0.82 ERA on the mound for the Flash. For the Hoptown Hoppers, Gary Vaught's club at 8-6. They are third place in the South Division. Ren Tachioka in right field will start it off for the Hoppers tonight, followed by J-Rod. Joshua Rodriguez at short hits second. Luis Figuera in left field will bat third. Ron Brown, the first baseman, hits in the cleanup spot. Fred Fernandez will DH and hit number 5. Drew Donaldson at third base bats number 6. Anthony Zarlingo in center will hit number 7. Will Spear will catch and hit number 8. Chase Harlan will bat 9th and play second base. And on the bump with a 3-0 record and a 1.04 earned run average, it will be Aaron Hash. Nice crowd is filing in. It is Service One Credit Union night and Grease night here at the park. Some folks are wearing their Grease attire from that great movie that starred John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John way back in the day, 1978. Yeah, I'm revealing my age when I say that, but that was one of the great movies when I was of that age and watched it back then. And as we say, we're celebrating that tonight, and it was nice to hear some of the Grease soundtrack music before this ball game tonight. So it is the Hoppers against the Henderson Flash. Nice crowd coming in, not too bad of a night. We mentioned the game time weather a little bit ago. Sunny and 92. Don't let that deter you. The shadows are creeping in quite nicely. Shade is out over the outfield, and once the sun gets down, it'll be a comfortable evening. So you come on out to the ballpark and join us here tonight. The Hoppers and the Henderson Flash. Only time we'll see them in this ballpark this year, unless it's postseason. Back with more shortly on News Radio WHOP.
The Hoptown Hoppers and Sunflower make a great combination. The Hoppers provide excitement into this game. Sunflower scores so they're ready to give yourself pressing flowers. They can use self-pressing cornfield mix. Great protein. Plus, Sunflower mix. See the Hoppers home game and see the Sunflower Gliss. Sunflower self-pressing flowers. Sunflower self-pressing cornmeal mix. Plus.
And now, here's your Hoptown Hoppers.
Of Hoptown Hoppers baseball. We know you'll enjoy the experience. And speaking of experience, Hoppers board member Judge John Atkins is up for re-election this fall. Let's keep John's 40 years of experience working for us. Re-elect John, Circuit Judge.
Paid for by Judge John L. Atkins. This is Hoptown Hoppers baseball, presented by Chick-fil-A on News Radio WHOP and WHOPAM.com.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch,
Kyle Rader with our national anthem before this game between the Hoptown Hoppers and the Flash of Henderson. Aaron Hash on the mound. 3-0 is his record with a 1.04 earned run average. Hash's numbers on the season look a little something like this. This will be his fourth appearance and third start in 17 and a third innings pitched, 15 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts, no home runs to go with that 1.04 earned run average for Aaron Hash out of Campbellsville University, or out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, I should say, and Bellarmine University. We have a very pretty young lady going to throw out the first pitch for us tonight here before the Hoppers take on the Henderson Flash. And she's going to get real close to home plate to let that one fly, and a good job.
Great job,
Emery Lee throwing out our first pitch tonight here as the Hoppers get set to meet the Henderson Flash for the 20th time in the history of the two franchises. This is the 5th year of the Flash. You remember we had a COVID year thrown in there as well. The Flash, relatively one of the newcomers to our league. And, of course, when we started playing them, we played them up at Henderson County High School's B.T. Wayne Field. But since then, they have refurbished Park Field and have moved over there. The first season for the Flash was 2017. And, of course, 2020 was canceled due to COVID. Last year, they were the first place team in the North. And then they lost in Du Bois County, against Du Bois County, rather, in the playoff series between those two. All right, Aaron Hash's mates in the field. Luis Vergara in left, Anthony Zarlingo in center, and Ren Tachioka out in right field tonight. Third baseman's Drew Donaldson, Jonathan Rodriguez, J-Rod is at shortstop tonight for the Hoppers. Second baseman Chase Harlan, first baseman Ronnie Brown, and Will Spear is behind the plate for the Hoppers in this one tonight. Well, we're about to have the opening pitch of the ball game, and it's brought to you by Gary Keaton, Christian County Farm Bureau Insurance. They're located, of course, out on Fort Campbell Boulevard, and we invite you to go by and see Gary and all of his crew out there. They do a wonderful job and will take care of any insurance needs that you might need at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. And there it is, and we will tell you 2405 Fort Campbell Boulevard is the place you need to go in order to visit with Gary and Austin Calvert and all the gang. Austin Calvert, the only guy I know that can do a great impersonation of my buddy, the voice of the Tennessee Titans, Mike Keith. Well, here is Drew Dalton to lead things off for the Henderson Flash, the second baseman for them. Dalton is out of Des Moines, Washington, and Centralia College, left-hand batter, hitting at a .158 with a home run and 5 batted in. He was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a double last night in the 9-8 loss to the Owensboro River Dogs. Aaron Hash, the right-hander, ready with a first, and it's hit in the air to center, and it's right at Anthony Zarlingo at about 7:32. He had to go about 8-10 steps to his right to haul it in, but Z does for the first out of the ball game. Kyle Levansky will be the hitter now.
Kyle Levansky.
Levansky, I should say, not Levansky. Levansky steps to the plate. He is a right-handed batter, I should say. He is out of Evansville and plays at Murray State. Takes ball 1 low. 1 ball and no strikes. Don't remember seeing him in the spring. He may have been redshirted by Dan Skirka. And as many of you know by now, I have moved to that city. It was a busy few days doing the moving while the Hoppers were on the road. Pitch a called strike, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But the furniture is there, and that's a good thing. But the big shocker of all, where Murray State's concerned, here's a ball hit in the air to center. Z's got a beat on it, and Anthony backs up a few steps. Zarlingo has it for out number 2 in the inning. So quickly 2 up and 2 down with Nick Rucker, the designated hitter, up now, hitting an even 200 with no homers and 6 runs batted in. Rucker out of Louisville and Eastern Illinois University. Rucker was 1 for 5 with a double last night. what I was about to say, the big shocker at Murray State, Kevin Saul, their athletics director, announcing on Thursday that he is leaving the racer program to head up things at Wichita State University. Hash's fastball is a strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Certainly hate to see Kevin go. He's done a wonderful job in the athletic department there at Murray, and I'm proud to call him a friend. Here's a strike one pitch, fouled back to the screen, and the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Brother Nixon is out on the sprint early, getting that loose baseball. Attaboy. That young man was busy this weekend playing travel ball over in the Mayfield area. Here is the 0-2 pitch. And that's a fastball up, and it's 1-2 to Nick Rucker. Zach Thomas waits on deck for the Henderson Flash. No score in the ball game. Top of the first inning from Hoptown. Next pitch, low and away a ball, and the count levels 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs, the deuces are wild on the board. 2-2 with 2 outs in the inning. The pitch by Hash. Fastball lifted down the right field line. Tachioka won't get to it, is up against the fence. It will be a 2-out double for Nick Rucker. That ball was just inside the foul line as Rucker gets a 2-base hit for Henderson.
First base number 33, Zach Thomas.
As Zach Thomas, the first baseman, comes up. Rucker with his 4th double and the 28th of the year for the Flash, as they have a 2-out runner at second base. Zach Thomas, the batter, out of LSU Eunice in Jessup, Georgia. LSU Eunice is located in Eunice, Louisiana, for those of you that don't know. We are proud to provide a wealth of information. By the way, our umpiring crew, Darren Clark calling the balls and strikes. The legend, Donald Duck Gilmore, calling it first. Rick Erickson umpiring at third. Robin's Egg Blue Sky still with us here late in the day. It was a gorgeous day today. Ball one is low and away. And some of us are spending some time in a cool pool. I won't say who at this point, but I'm just saying. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. My friend Melanie is in the pool. Must be nice. Just saying. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runner at second for the Flash. No score in the top of the first. Hash working out of a stretch of the pitch. Fastball, steer, right one called. It's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, man, we done got reinforcements tonight. Mr. Smiley, you on the stick. I like it. 2-1 to the plate. Here's a high chopper that hits near the first base side. Brown flips to the pitcher. Hash covering in time for the out. Nice play by Ron Brown over there. And the Flash are gone in the first with a hit and the man left on base. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard after a half inning of baseball, it's the Henderson Flash 0 and the Hoptown Hoppers coming to bat. 9 home runs, and 273 are teams hitting against them this season. Rin Tachioka from Satayama, Japan, and the University of Southern Indiana will lead things off. Rin 1 for 3 with a couple of RBI last night in the 12-2 win over Franklin, hitting at .347 with a home run, 11 RBI. By the way, the Hoppers are the #1 hitting team in the league as far as batting average goes at .292. Henderson second in ERA at 3.48. I think I misspoke a moment ago. They have given up 7 home runs, and teams are hitting at .237 against them. Tachioka takes the first pitch for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hoppers are in the red tops with the black pinstripes, the white pants. Henderson is in the traveling grays, trimmed in blue and yellow, the Caldwell County colors, if you will. But it's the old Henderson City High colors as well from back in the day. Next pitch is a ball, 1-1 to Tachioka. To be followed by Rodriguez and Vergara here in the home first. And Wren slaps one through the right side, and that's a leadoff single. Tachioka with the first hit of the ball game for the Hoppers. And here is Joshua Rodriguez. J-Rod out of Spring, Texas and Ranger College, hitting at .370 with 4 batted in. J-Rod did not play last night in the game against Franklin. Hopper scored 6 times in the 6th to get that win over the Doolers over at South Warren by the count of 12-2. First pitch is a strike to Rodriguez. Boy, you hate when you get double whammied. I have been major doubled whammied up here, friends, by my friends via the text line tonight. By the way, if you're a Twitter follower and you want to send a word over to us at capital TODDO, capital HAM, we are equal opportunity hopper and flash greeter tonight. We're kind of like the door greeter at Walmart. Rodriguez lifts a 1-0 or an 0-1 into the air deep to left field. And this ball is long gone. Jonathan Rodriguez with a 2-run homer to left. The 8th home run allowed by Henderson this year. The 8th home run that the Hoppers have had. And for J-Rod, his first to go with RBIs 5 and 6. And it's a 2-0 Hopper lead. And that's also the first home run that the pitcher Willis has given up this year. Luis Vergara comes to the plate. Vergara out of Columbia and the University of Indianapolis, hitting at .350, 2 homers and 8 batted in. And to answer the question to one of our texters, yes, there is progress. The second one will be answered later and not on this platform. The 0-1 pitch is low, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Vergara did not play last night against Franklin. Willis from the windup, and Vergara lifts one in the air to center, where it will be played by Peyton Matthews for finally the first out of the inning. The batter will be the first baseman Ron Brown out of the University of the Incarnate Word. He's from Houston, Texas, hitting at .250 with a homer and 7 batted in. You remember he had that grand slam here on Thursday night. Setting the flash in the field, Casey Sorgan left, Peyton Matthews in center, and Ryan DeSantos in right. Jeff Hoffman, Kyle Levanski, Drew Dalton, Zach Thomas third to first, and Ben Berenda, the battery mate for Willis. 2-0 Hoppers in the home first, and Big Ron takes one outside, ball 1. That bat, lean, skinny. Boy, I feel like I said this Thursday night when we saw him for the first time, as that pitch is a strike 1-1. I'm still envisioning myself standing in behind the batting cage at Anaheim Stadium in '92 watching Cecil Fielder hit that day for the Tigers. Here's a foul ball out of play, 1-2. I mean, he looks just like that, does Brown, when I watch him. 1-2, the count to the batter, Brown. 1 out and 2 in for the homestanders. Low and away, 2-2. Fred Fernandez waits on deck for the Hops, who've just hit their 8th home run. They were 6th in the league coming into play tonight. Ball 3 is high, and the string is out at 3-2. Now a payoff pitch by Willis. Here it is. Here's a foul ball coming back this way, sort of. But it got back behind us, and we'll do it again at 3-2. We'll try to keep up with some of what's going on in the league otherwise tonight. 3-2 to Brown. He fouls another one back. Count stays at 3-2. Paducah leads the Louisville Jockeys 8-2 as they play in the top of the 7th at Derby City Field in Louisville. Boy, that's a marathon bus trip as Brown strikes out swinging on an off-speed pitch. First strikeout for J.D. Willis. 2 down. It'll be up to Fred Fernandez to keep it going. Fernandez out of Venezuela and Olney Central College, hitting at .367 with a home run, and he has driven in 12 on the year. First pitch to Fred is upstairs, a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Next one's ball 2 outside. 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Hoppers. 2-run homer by Rodriguez gives them a 2-0 lead. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count to Fernandez now 2-1. Next pitch hit in the air towards center. It's a short one and going to fall in there for a bloop single. So a 2-out single for Fernandez to center, and Drew Donaldson will come to the plate now. Donaldson out of Galloway, Ohio, and the University of Indianapolis, hitting at .250, no homers and 6 batted in. Donaldson was 2 for 6 with 4 RBI last night in the win against Franklin, 12-2. Speaking of the Doolers, they will be here on Friday night. And tonight they're leading Muhlenberg County 4-0 in the top of the 3rd as the first pitch is fouled back for strike 1. Fulton leading Owensboro 8-3 as the Dogs bat in the bottom of the 4th. Here it's 2-0 in favor of the Hoppers. 2 outs and 1 on. Fouled out of play by Drew Donaldson, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 away in the inning. Willis out of a stretch. The left-hander kicks and deals. Fastball misses high, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Much more comfortable evening tonight than it was here a week ago, boy. And remember, I went home drenched from head to toe. 1-2 to the plate and got him swinging. Donaldson out on strikes, and that will be the second strikeout for Willis, and that will end the inning for the Hoppers. 2 runs on the home run by J-Rod. Hoppers do it on 3 hits and leave a man after 1 inning on Hoppers Radio on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. Hoppers 2, Henderson 0. leads off for the Henderson Flash. He's out of Tusculum University in Mississauga, Ontario. Swing and a foul tip, strike one. Now, Jerry, don't you get me blushing. I've already had that little episode several times lately. Here's a strike one pitch, line to right field, and that's a leadoff hit. Dos Santos, a solid single to right. That for the Flash, their second hit. And here is the third baseman, Jeff Hoffman.
Third baseman, number 25, Jeff
Hoffman at 255, or make that 235 with 2 homers and 5 batted in. Hoffman out of Salida, California, and Willamette University. J.D. Arndt, the skipper of the Henderson Flash, and he has been the only coach this team has had. First pitch by Hash, ripped in the air to center, but Zarlingo will step back there about 12 steps. Z's got it for the first out of the inning. Zarlingo's been a busy guy in center. That's the third putout he's gotten in this game tonight. Casey Sorg, S-O-R-G, the left fielder up now. He's out of Bellarmine. And Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, right across the river. Home of Fuzzy Zellers. Great golf course up there. Covered Bridge, I believe it is. First pitch is a strike at the knees and the count 0-1. One of the great stories, interviews I've done in my career was with Fuzzy Zeller. Back in the day, and that was, just a couple days ago, Fuzzy made an appearance in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The strike one pitch, sliced foul third base side, and the count now 0-2. Along with Arnold Palmer, Kenny Perry, and Vince Gill, they played a skins game during the Bowling Green 10K road race on Sunday after the race was on Saturday at Indian Hills Country Club in Bowling Green. One of the funniest stories I've ever been involved in my long career involved Fuzzy Zeller. First a pitch by Hash, and here's a smash to the shortstop, Rodriguez. Nice job to stay with it, J-Rod. Throw to first will not be in time, and both runners are safe. I mean, that ball was solidly hit at Jonathan, Joshua, and he tried to play it on a hop, and it was a tough play to make.
Center field number 23, Peyton Matthews.
We'll see how that one is scored. If it's a hit, it's the third hit of the night for the Flash. Here is Peyton Matthews to the plate, and he takes ball one outside. Matthews hitting at 265 with a home run and 8 runs batted in. We'll ask that question in a minute. I think most folks would know the answer to it, Jerry, but I think that's a good question. Pitches the ball inside. We kind of answered it in a roundabout way a minute ago. That will be scored, by the way, on the at-bat for Sorg in E6. And that will be the Hoppers' 29th error of the year. Pitch is hit on the ground to short. J-Rod will go to second one. On to first. The throw is high and not in time. Coming on around the score is Dos Santos. It will now be a 2-1 ball game. On the E4, the second error of the inning. And going on down to second will be Matthews. We'll see if that's a fielder's choice E4. You would almost think it would have to be. Or if it will be a straight out E4. And that will be, it'll be an error. So I would think it's a straight out error. It won't be scored as a fielder's choice E4. Here's Ben Berenda, the catcher. Now Gary Vaught's going to come out and visit with the field umpires, Don Gilmore and Rick Erickson. But Mr. Gilmore will intercede and talk with Coach Vaught. The question by our good friend Jerry Brockman is this: do any of you know where the name Flash came from for the Henderson Flash? Well, the story is that at one time, Henderson City School, when there was a Henderson City School and Henderson County High School, of course, the county school known as the Colonels and the city school was the Flash. Oh, thank you, Mr. Higgins. I got to get back to that story. I got too many stories going on at once. Thank you for reminding me where I was. So anyway, Kenny Perry, Vince Gill, Fuzzy Zeller, and Arnold Palmer are playing a foursome as Berenda gets ready to come to the plate, hitting at 192 with two runs batted in. So I'm on the course, and I'm wired from head to toe, okay? Ben Berenda out of Indiana University Southeast and Resendelar, Indiana. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. Did not play last night. So they throw it out to me on 13, okay? And they say, let's go to Todd Hamilton. He's out on 13, and he's got a guest. Who you got? And I said, got with me out here, Mr. Fuzzy Zeller. So I'm talking to Fuzzy. And it's Hash ready for a 1-1 to the plate. Here it is. Ball 2 is outside, and the count 2-1. So I start talking to Fuzzy. I said, yeah, we got Fuzzy Zeller out here in the fairway today. Fuzzy grabs a microphone. He says, I've never heard of him. I said, you don't know who he is? No. Here's a foul ball, 2-2. I said, well, isn't that you? Really, it is me? He said, well, I'll be darned. But he used a little more colorful word, if you will. I said, how you doing? He says, I'm doing great. I said, we're glad to have you here today. Hope you're enjoying your day. And Fuzzy's great line was, I haven't had this much fun with my clothes on since yesterday. 2-2 to the plate on a Deuce's wild pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the inside corner, and that's it in the second for the Flash as Hash gets his first strikeout. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and a runner left for the Henderson Flash, and they have stranded 2. And we're going to keep having fun with our clothes on, too, as we go to the bottom of the second inning. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it's the Hoppers 2 and the Henderson Flash 1. Z flies out to right. The catcher, Will Spear, is coming up now.
Pitch number 12.
Spear out of Indianapolis and the University of Indianapolis, hitting at 186 and 6 runs batted in. He was 0 for 3 last night against Franklin. Right-hand batter is Spear against the left-hander. Ball one is outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count? Here's the pitch. Ball 2 misses away. 2-0. Well, I noticed my man William T. has got his Crocodile Dundee hat on over there tonight. He'd give Paul Hogan a run for his money with that hat now, let me tell you. 2-0 pitch. Strike called on the inside corner, and the count 2-1. Of course, the president of the first base historians, Mr. Smithson's over there as well, Miss Lavinia, and all the crew up there on the back row. Here's a foul ball, back 2-2.
Return those foul balls to merchandise tent. We would appreciate.
Saw my buddy Sheila Shelton down there too. He's over there by the first base historians. Mr. Shelton, great supporter of Hopper baseball. Pitch is low, and the string is out at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 Hoppers. Oh. So you say, Miss Carson. Ben, I've got one of those pictures too. Here's a foul ball back. Look at you up there with all of them. Yes, sir. Attaboy. What'd you shoot today, Ben? 71? 2-2, lifted in the air toward right. It'll be caught again. And Dos Santos gets another put out, 2 down. Chase Harlan comes to the plate now. Harlan out of Williamsburg and Kentucky Wesleyan, hitting at 278, no homers and 2 batted in. Harlan was 2 for 5 with a ribby last night. Boy, I tell you what, I did notice today in making the drive over from Murray, boy, the golf courses are looking great. Hopkinsville Golf and Country Club, Arrowhead, of course you can see it from the road on 6880. Strike called and the count 0-1. Looking forward to getting settled in Murray and getting a little golf in before the summer's over. The 0-1 is outside, 1-1. We start our new duties Wednesday with WNBS Radio. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and the count 1-2 to Harlan. Looking forward to taking over the seat that was held in that station for a number of years by my friend Neil Bradley, who of course will still continue to do racer football and basketball for Murray State. Foul ball back 1-2. And we will be his backup. And also going to do some ESPN Plus stuff on television again. We're going to add a little basketball to it. Attaboy, Benny. Hit one good for me tomorrow, will you? The 1-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner to Chase Harlan. That is the 3rd strikeout for the pitcher J.D. Willis of Henderson. And the Hoppers go in order in the 2nd inning. So 2 innings in the books on Hoppers Radio on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's the Hoppers 2 and Henderson 1. As we go to the third inning now, it's a 2-1 Hoppers lead over the Henderson Flash. Drew Dalton, who flied to the center fielder Zarlingo to start the ball game, will step in. Benny, it's on my list. Miller Memorial. The Oaks. Going to try those two out here in the next few weeks. Pitches a ball in the dirt from Hash, and the count 1-0. Of course, Miller Memorial is owned by Murray State University, and that's where the Racer golf teams play. Here's a ball hit to the right side, backhanded by the second baseman. Throw is wild, and it'll be the third error of the night for the Hoppers, as Harlan commits that's his second error of the game. It might be given a hit, but we will see. I wouldn't think so. He would have had a tough play having to go to his right. As Levanchi comes to the plate. He flied to Z out in center his first time, and it will be the third error of the night for the Hoppers. Hoppers have made 28 coming into this game. Henderson, 10 less than that in 18, but conversely, Henderson with 18 double plays. Hoppers only have 2. First pitch is in the dirt, going all the way to the screen, and Dalton is on his way to third on a wild pitch by Aaron Hash. So the tying run for the Henderson Flash sits at third base. It's the second inning, or actually the third inning rather, that they've gotten a runner in scoring position. We'll see if they bring him around. They did get one in the second, and trail by a run here at 2-1 as we play in the top of the third. Service One Credit Union Grease Night at the park. Fastball strike called, and the count evens at 1-1. Service One Credit Union sponsoring the big doubleheader Saturday night over at Bowling Green Ballpark. Franklin and Owensboro will play at 4. Hoppers in full count at around 7. Hoppers radio at about 6:40 as that pitch misses for a ball. And, of course, we got more Hoppers radio tomorrow night with Muhlenberg County here at 7:10. And then as of now on Friday night, Franklin is here for a 6:30 first pitch, and we're on at 6:10. Here's a busted bat, 2-1 pitch hit to the right side. This time it will be played properly by Harlan for the out, but it's also a run batted in for Levinsky, and this game is tied at 2 apiece. So the Flash, after giving up the 2-run homer in the first, have scored runs in back-to-back innings to tie this game up. Nick Rucker, who had a double to right field his first time, will stand in. Now the first pitch fouled back for a strike. The count is 0-1. Next pitch is a ball, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a curve. It's in for a strike, and the count 1-2. Good pitch by Hash on the inside corner to the right-handed hitting Nick Rucker. Nobody on. 1 out. 2-2 our score in the third. Here's a curve. Hash tried to go to the same place. He didn't get it this time, and the count evens 2-2. It was a pretty good pitch, though, you have to admit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Second baseman Harlan comes over to say something to Hash. Hash wants a new apple before we continue. He is granted that by the plate umpire Darren Clark, who puts the old one back in his umpire ball pouch. 2-2 the count with 1 out. 2-2 the score here in the third. The check and the pitch. Here's a fastball fouled back, and we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 with one out. 2-2 the score here in the third. The pitch to Rucker. Fastball is low and the string is out at 3-2. Here's a ball hit to the right side. Tachioka and foul ground will not get it. We'll do it again at 3-2. Three and two the count to Nick Rucker at the plate for the Henderson Flash. Here in the third, 2-2 the score. Aaron Hash delivers. That's a curveball that goes all the way to the screen for ball four. First walk allowed by Hash.
First baseman number 33, Zach.
Here's Zach Thomas, hit a ground ball to the first baseman Brown, who made a diving play and flipped to the pitcher Hash covering to end the first. First pitch goes to the screen, and down to second base goes Rucker. Wild pitch puts him there. So the Flash with the runner in scoring position here now, and a chance to take the lead here in the third in a 2-2 gridlock. Nobody working yet in the Hopper bullpen, though. One away in the inning. 1-0 pitch bounded foul into the Hopper dugout. Played off the screen. Nixon didn't have to go chase that one. 1-1 to count. One ball, one strike, and one out. Pause in the pitch. Bounded foul again wide of third. And the count now is 1-2. Well, let's check the big league scoreboard. See what's going on. Pirates lead the Chicago Cubs 7-0, top of the seventh. Atlanta 1, San Francisco 0 after 7. Cardinals and Brewers are scoreless bottom of the fourth. Here's a pitch. That's a ball golfed in the air to left, and is an easy play out there for Luis Vergara. For the second out, the batter will be Ryan DeSantos, who led off the last inning with a base hit, and he would later score. Boston leads Detroit 5-1, top of the seventh. Yankees 2, Tampa Bay 0, top of the eighth. White Sox 5, Toronto 2 after 3. Kansas City and the LA Angels later on the coast. Arizona's at San Diego. New York Mets beat Miami earlier 6-0. And there is your out-of-town scoreboard. Pitches a strike to the batter DeSantos, and the count is 0-1. DeSantos, left-hand batter at the plate. Checking the pitch by Hash. Fastball is up, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-2 our score as we play here in the third. Henderson's put 2 on the board in the last 2 innings after the Hoppers got a 2-run homer from Joshua Rodriguez in the bottom of the first. Next pitch from Hash is inside. Pass ball as it gets off Spears' glove. And moving to third base is Rucker, the chance to be the go-ahead run for the Flash. 2-1 is a count to the batter, Dos Santos. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch. And it is a foul ball. The deuces are wild as that one sliced at a play left side. And the count 2-2. Here's a ball lifted in the air to left, a long run into foul territory. Sliding try And Vergara can't get there. Foul ball. We'll do it again at 2-2. Two the count with 2 outs. 2-2 our score in the third. Henderson with the go-ahead run with Rucker sitting at third base for the Flash. Hash out of a stretch. The right-hander out of Bellarmine University delivers, and the string is out as that one goes wide. 3-2, and a good save by Spear. Three and two the count. The pitch sliced into left center, and that's going to be into the gap for a hit. On his way around first is DeSantos. He's going to try to make this into a double, but he is going to be out at second base. And a good throw from the outfield gets him. DeSantos will get credit for a base hit and a run batted in as Rucker comes home to score to give Henderson a 3-2 lead, and he is out 8-4 for the third out. 2 runs for the Henderson Flash, and they do it on the year. He has 1 start, a record of 1-0. 7 innings pitched, 7 1/3 if you want to be precise. 13 hits, 5 runs all earned, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts, 6.14 earned run average. Ren Tachioka will lead off the third for the Hoppers, who find themselves on the short end now of a 3-2 score, and Tachioka takes ball 1. Ren singled and scored in the first inning. J.D. Willis goes 2 innings as that pitches a strike. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Tachioka sends one into right center, and that's going to be a 1-1 base hit for Rent. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Remember, he had a 4 for 5 game earlier this year, and here is Joshua Rodriguez, who went deep to left with a 2-run homer in the first to give the Hoppers the lead before the Flash scored once in the second, twice in the third, and they lead here 3-2 as we play in the home third. Got to figure out why these new glasses keep sliding off. I know some of it is sweat. May need a little adjustment. J-Rod fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. One strike to Joshua Rodriguez. Ren Tachioka at first, the tying run for the Hoppers here in the third. Outfield plays the hitter straight away. Here's a throw over to first, and the runner is back. Hoppers with 4 hits in the game. Henderson has 3. They've had 1 each inning. Hoppers had 3 hits in the first, and now the single by Tachioka here in the third. The pause in the pitch. Here's a curveball popped up first base side over by the Flash dugout on the roof and out of play. 0-2 to J-Rod. J-Rod did not play last night against Franklin. Here's a ball popped up. Chance for a play maybe, and nope, going to be back in the seats. Foul ball. Pablo Sanchez and Jonathan Shell are checking in tonight. Matthew Spain out in the wheat field. Saw some of the wheat fields driving in. Actually, Pablo and Jonathan liked that tweet from Matthew Spain. Again, at TODDO, capital T and capital H, AM, by the way. Let us know where you're listening from, Henderson or Hopper fan alike. 2-2, the count to the batter, Joshua Rodriguez. The pitch on the way, and here's a ball, hot smash hit to third. Hoffman will go to second, no play there, and everybody's safe. That'll be a fielder's choice for Rodriguez, who's 1 for 2. Hitter now will be Luis Vergara, who flied to center his first time up. Yep, we are equal opportunity announcer alike around this ballpark now.
Batting the left fielder, number 16, Luis Vergara.
I'm just reading here, they say Wednesday's going to be the bad day as far as the heat index, as that pitch is a strike in the count 0-1. WPSD in Paducah saying we could see 105 for the heat index. Good thing we're not playing a home game on Wednesday. Hoppers are on the road Wednesday and Thursday this week. Here's a ball hit foul at the plate. It's 0-2 to Vergara. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Vergara. Runners at first and second for the Hoppers. Tachioka's second. J-Rod's at first. The pitch by Sanders is low, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. 3-2 flash lead here in the home third, but the Hoppers with a runner in scoring position. The pitch lifted right side down the line. Long run in the foul territory, and that will be a foul ball. That was one of those plays. The right fielder, Dos Santos, slid in behind the first base dugout, and sometimes from our vantage point, we can't see them very well. It was a great effort on his part, though. One ball and 2 strikes. First and second occupied by the Hoppers with nobody out. Sanders ready with the next. And here's a high pop fly out in the short right. Second baseman has it, and Dalton retires Vergara for the first out. Ron Brown struck out swinging his first time.
Now batting First base
Big guy with his
Ron Brown.
big, long brown bat. Doing a little gardening as he gets into home plate. Some of you have asked me what I mean by when I say they're gardening. Well, they're trying to get the batter's box or the rubber on the mound, if it's a pitcher, comfortable to their liking. Here's a pitch down in the dirt, and Tachioka will take advantage and go to third base on a pass ball. Or actually a wild pitch it is. So it's 1-0 to Brown, and runners at first and third with an out here in the third. Caden Zacharias at first base talking to J-Rod over there. Tachioka at third. Tim Crow is close by, the associate head coach of the Hoppers. Gary Vaught, of course, the skipper, the legendary coach out of the University of Indianapolis, among others. Stretched by Sanders in the pitch. Here's a ground ball right to third. They'll go to second one. They get an out there, or do they? No, everybody say. Rodriguez did everything he could to avoid the tag. Tachioka had to stay at third, and a fielder's choice for Brown will get him on base. So with one out, the Ducks are on the pond for Fred Fernandez, who had a single to center his first time up. So a big opportunity, and J.D. Arndt will be out of the dugout for the Flash, questioning Rick Erickson's call at second base, but to no avail. 3-2 Flash lead it with one out in the home third.
Batting the DH, 14, Fred Fernandez.
Tachioka at third. Rodriguez at second, and Brown at first base. Sanders, a right-hander, in relief ready. Fouls one back. Willis went the first 2 innings for the Flash. 1 strike and 1 out. Now the 1-strike pitch. Here's a curveball lifted in the air to left center. About midway, it'll be caught by the left fielder Sorg. Tachioka from third will tag and score, and this game is tied at 3-all. Sacrifice fly for Fred Fernandez for the second out. He'll pick up a run batted in. That's his 13th of the year. And we are tied up again, 3-3. Rodriguez still at second, Brown at first. Drew Donaldson struck out swinging to end the first inning. Well, the Hoppers get the tying run back here in the bottom of the third after the Flash scored twice in the top of the inning to take the lead. Strike call on the outside corner from Cade Sanders, and the count is 0-1. One strike with 2 outs. The pause in the pitch. Curve is in, 1-1. Next pitch is a called strike, and the count 1-2. Bottom of the ninth now. Paducah leads Louisville 10-5 up in the Derby City. 1-2, the count to the batter, Drew Donaldson. The pitch sliced in the air to right center, fairly deep, but it will be hauled in by the center fielder, Matthews, and that will end the inning for the Hoppers. But they do get a run, 1 hit, 1 error, And 2 runners left, and the Hoppers have stranded 3. After 3 on Hoppers Radio, the score on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, the Hoppers 3, Henderson 3.
Get your 50-50.
What I was just seeing here, they had a squirrel delay at PNC Park between the Cubs and the Pirates in their game. Jeff Hoffman will lead off the 4th. You Hopper fans will remember about 6 years ago over at Christian County, we had a skunk delay one night. Young man by the name of Wendell Champion was playing right field for the Hoppers. And I think the skunk spooked him out. You talk about getting in the dugout fast. Finally, the skunk decided to go out through the center field fence. 1-0 to Hoffman, who flied to Zarlingo in center his first time. Here's a pause in the pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball, foul out of play right side. 1-1. Nice to have all of you on Hoppers Radio. On News Radio WHOP, WHOPAM.com. And you might be watching the game on Hoppers TV and listening to us at the same time. And we like that as well. Next pitch was ball 2-1. Aaron Hash ready with the next, and here it is. Low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Three-one pitch, here it is. Ball 4. And Henderson, for the 3rd straight inning, gets the leadoff man aboard. That is the second walk allowed by Hash, and here is Sorg, who reached on an error his first time. 3-3 to score as Henderson bats here in the 4th inning. 20th all-time meeting between the teams. Hoppers lead it 11-8. I think it was 2017. I'd have to go back and look through the book. Here's a foul ball left side of play, strike 1. I think it was 2017 that the Hoppers and the Flash had quite an entertaining playoff series. Believe that was John Bruce's last year as the Hopper general manager. Yes, it was. Here's a ball on an 0-1. Foul, first base side. Brown retrieves in foul territory, and the count is 0-2. Runner at first base is Jeff Hoffman, reached on a leadoff walk. 0-2, the count to Casey Sorg. Hash out of a stretch. The tall right-hander ready. Here's another foul at the plate. We'll do it again, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Hash ready with the next. Got him swinging. Pitch down and away.
Hopper strikeout for Aaron Hash.
For Aaron Hash, that is his second strikeout of the night. Peyton Matthews reached on an error by the second baseman Harlan in the second inning and was left hung out to dry at third base. 1 out, 1 on for the Flash here in the fourth. The pitch. Ball 1 is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Now 1-1 outside. Ball 2, 2-0, I should say. Not 2-1. There is 1 out. But the count is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after a big fastball, did Matthews, and the count now 2-1. That's now gone final in Louisville. Paducah 10 and Louisville 5 this evening. Here's a turn. They got the runner hung up between first and second. Throw by the pitcher to J-Rod. Back to Brown. They don't get the tag on him, and the runner is back safe at first base. Well, Paducah gets its 4th win of the year in that 10-5 win over Louisville tonight. Yeah, they had a chance, did the Hoppers, to get Hoffman because he stole on the pitcher. Hash made a good throw to J-Rod, but Ron Brown didn't get the tag down, and Gary Vaught out of the Hopper dugout to say something about it. Franklin leads Middleburg County 5-1, or make it 6-1, as the Stallions batted in the 6th. Next pitch swung on and missed, and the count evens 2-2 to the Henderson batter, Peyton Matthews. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hash ready with the next. Here's a bouncing ball to the right side. Harlan's only play will be to first as the runner was going with the pitch. 2 down. Hoffman goes to second, and here's Ben Berenda, the catcher, caught it on strikes to end the second inning of play. Well, it's turning into a very comfortable evening here at the Orchard. Sun making its way down. One thing I've noticed already in living in Murray, that the sun goes down a little later there than it does here. And here being Hoptown, of course. First pitch by Hash, fastball down and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs, and a 3-3 gridlock. So we play here in the 4th from Tiger Field at Hopkinsville High. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at second is Hoffman. Strike called, and the count evens 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. 2 down in the frame. The pause in the pitch outside, and it's 2-1. That was way outside. Good save by Spear. Two and 1 with 2 outs. Go-ahead run at second base for the Flash in a 3-3 tie. Here's a pitch. Foul back in the count 2-2. Deuces are wild on the board with 2 outs. Two and two, the count to Berenda. Hash ready. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Berenda chased a bad pitch that was way outside. Third strikeout of the night for Hash, and that ends the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. 1 man left. Henderson is stranded 3 on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. Middle of the 4th. Your score remains Henderson and the Hoppers 3.
Auburn defeated Stanford 6-2. And right now, at the end of 6, Ole Miss leads Arkansas 10-3. 10-3, Ole Miss over Arkansas.
Usual tones of Earth, Wind, and Fire brings our lingo to the plate. One of their great early 80s tunes from Maurice White and Phil Bailey and the entourage of them. First pitch from Cade Sanders, low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody out. The wind in the pitch, and that's outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Zarlingo takes ball 3 inside from Sanders, 3-0. Sanders in relief of J.D. Willis, who went the first couple innings. Mr. Smiley's done stocked up over here, boy. He got him some good groceries. Strike called and the count 3-1. Have a nice flight, that's right. 3-1. Got his popcorn and his soft drink. He's ready. Zarlingo sends a 2-hopper to the second baseman. Dalton on the first, and Z is out for out number 1. Will Spear flying to the right fielder his first time. You know, back in the day, I always liked flying. Well, Southwest was good. They always give us peanuts and pretzels with our drinks. Delta was pretty good, too. So was American. Northwest. Ball 1 is low. But the best little snacks you'd get is if you flew Delta in the mornings. And you can find those cookies. Here's a chopper hit to the shortstop, but booted by Lavanchi. And the Hoppers have a 1-out base runner in Spear. That'll be the 19th error of the year for Henderson. Chase Harlan caught out on strikes his first time. You ever flown Delta in the morning? And there may be some other airlines that do it too. And you get those little Biscoff wafers. Man, they're good. You can find them in stores. Matter of fact, I find them in several places now. Strike called and the count 0-1. Those are pretty good with orange juice early in the morning for a snack, for that matter. The Biscoff, Biscoff wafers. They have the little wafers that you would normally get on the plane in a little backage. Here's a foul ball back 0-2. I don't know why I got started on this. But I guess Bruce's popcorn made me think of it. But they're good little wafers. I like them. But they're also good with milk late at night as well. The 0-2 pitch from Sanders. Fouled back again. We'll do it again at 0-2. Now, my friend could tell you a little bit about what they served on the airline she flew for. I think it was Southwest. The 0-2 ripped in the air to left, and that ball's going to be up the gap. Ain't nobody going to get to this one. Spear is on his way to third. He's going to be waved around. He will score, and the Hoppers lead 4-3 on the double by Chase Harlan. Spear scores all the way from first. Now, wait a minute. When did we get a pinch hitter and nobody told us? Well, Dupes came on as a pinch hitter, and we were not made aware of it. So beg your pardon on the double to Harlan. It instead goes to Dupes. He was not announced as the pinch hitter. Now to Ren Tachioka, who's had a pair of hits. Now J.D. Arndt out of the Henderson dugout. And the plate umpire, Darren Clark, is with Gary Vaught over there. And I wonder if we have a question now about the lineup card, because they've gotten the lineup card out. You can get called out for batting out of turn, or if you do not report to the umpire that you've made a lineup change. But we'll see what they determine, as Dupes is at second with a double. At least this moment. We were given Harlan as a starter at second base. And that's what we went by. And now Clark and the crew chief Don Gilmore and Rick Erickson are going to go have their own conclave behind the mound. And the lineup card that we were given before the game, that we have a picture of, had Harlan batting ninth and playing second base. I was trying to see if Dupes was even listed as a substitute. Well, let's do a little more digging around here. Chase Harlan is wearing number 9. That is correct. And that's what's on the lineup card. So could have been one of those things that it was a faux pas and slipped up and they didn't tell that they were going to pinch hit, or what? So we have a meeting of the umpires breaking up. And now we'll see what we have as the two coaches, J.D. Arndt and Gary Vaught, are in a meeting with them now on the third baseline just above home plate. Well, wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall and know what they're talking about? Dupes is still standing at second base as of right now. As the Henderson Hurler Sanders continues to loosen up. And this is becoming a bit of a lengthy discussion. And whatever is said, Gary Vaught's heading back to the dugout. Tim Crow is heading back to the third base coaching box. J.D. Arndt is headed back to the Henderson dugout. Or I think that's Brandon Mattingly, maybe the associate head coach. But whatever it is, it's going to stand. And it will be Dupes who will be credited with the RBI double, and not Chase Harlan, as we had earlier surmised. Now here comes JD again out of the dugout. And I don't know what he's going to question this time. But apparently Rick Erickson and the plate umpire Darren Clark are going to listen to what he has to say anyway. Was checking down the lineup for Dupes. That would be his second double of the year if it stands, and at least for the moment it's going to, but we'll see what Arndt learns as he goes to the plate and is in discussion with Darren Clark, the plate umpire. Rick Erickson standing about 15 feet away on the infield side of the first base line in foul territory. This has now turned into a 5 or 6 minute discussion on what they're going to do. And whatever it is, Arndt don't like it. He has gotten rather animated up on the first base side, and now the Hopper fans are starting to get a little irritated. Well, Arndt stays out there for another moment or two and says his piece. Goes back to the dugout. And he's still uttering some words toward the umpiring crew, saying something to Don Gilmore up the first base side. Mr. Arndt better watch his words or he may get run. He's still jawing, and now Gilmore comes toward the Henderson dugout. And Arndt is about to get ejected out of this game if he don't watch it. The argument continues. Arndt still getting animated as the Hopper fans get a little more riled up. And Gilmore and Arndt are still in discussion, but Arndt's in the dugout. He finally sits down in his chair just off the dugout, but he stays over there talking to him. I don't think he's gotten ejected yet, but it's getting close. Well, the Hoppers lead 4-3. And Ren Tachioka, after a semester's wait, it seems like, will finally get the bat. Ren has to go through his Ichiro calisthenics again and stand in. Hoppers with a runner at second, one out in the fourth. And they have taken the lead at 4-3 over the Henderson Flash. The pitch. Tachioka takes a ball outside as he thought about a bunt. 1 ball and no strikes. Dupes at second base. I just wonder if the umpires knew and didn't bother to tell anybody, because a lot of times that happens to us. We don't learn lineups. Here's a push bunt by Tachioka. Pitcher will field and throw to first. Got him on a close play at first. Oh, that was a bang play. Sacrifice will move Dupes to third. The Hopper contingent not happy. And I would say a little prognostication right here that might have been a little makeup for the last call. Here's J-Rod, who had a 2-run homer in the first and walked in the third. Or reached on an error, I should say, in the third by the shortstop, Levanski. 4-3, Hoppers lead in the home fourth with a runner sitting at third and 2 outs. See if J-Rod can get him home. Sanders ready with the first. Now the pitch. Fastball low, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Now a 1-0 pitch, and here it is. Little tapper hit toward third. Played nicely by Hoffman, throws to first in time, and that will end the inning. But the Hoppers do take the lead. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. The Hoppers have left 4. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard at the end of 4, it's the Hoppers 4 and Henderson 3. I went back and looked at the picture that I got of the lineup card, and he's nowhere to be found on it. So Henderson apparently, as the pitches of all 2-0, J.D. Arndt had a beef, and he was correct because Dupes was not listed on Gary Faught's lineup card anywhere tonight. Whether that was a faux pas, whether that was by design that he was going to have a night off completely, I don't know. But nevertheless, Arndt had a beef. As the pitch from Hash is ball 4. And Dalton draws a leadoff walk here in the 5th. So apparently he had a beef. And the call at first base after that, Garen Dog T, that was a makeup call. Kyle Levansky comes to the plate now. He is flied to center. Grounded the second and brought home a run back in the 3rd for Henderson. Hoppers lead 4-3 as we play here in the 5th. First pitch nubbed to the right side, slowly hit. Dupes at second, goes to first in time and gets the out, 1 down. Dalton takes second on the play. So we have to assume, at least for the moment, well, not the moment because we know it's happening. Dupes is in the game now as we play here in the 5th. Nick Rucker doubled in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd. Well, Frankie G is sans sports coat again. 3rd time we've seen him in the ballpark without his sport coat. But he does have the fedora on. Here's the first pitch, and Rucker is hit by a pitch. The G-men are at full strength with he and Mr. Gillette down there. Henderson has the tying run at second, go-ahead run at first, and Zach Thomas 0 for 2 coming to the plate. (4-3) Hoppers lead as we play here in the 5th inning. Hash has gone all the way for the Hoppers, And his first pitch is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Now we get a balk called, or no, it's a hit batsman, beg your pardon. And back-to-back hit batsmen load the bases. Ducks are on the pond, and Gary Vaught's on his way to the bump. Franklin leads Muhlenberg County 6-2 as we play in the top of the 7th in the OVL. Vaught's conference going on at the mound. This gives us a moment to remind you about our friends at Chick-fil-A on Fort Campbell Boulevard. The Peach Shakes are back. Check them out at Chick-fil-A. Fulton leads Owensboro 14-6 as they play in the top of the 8th in Owensboro. Here it's 4-3 Hoppers for the moment, but Henderson has the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first with one out, and Ryan DeSantos at the plate. He takes a strike from Aaron Hash. DeSantos has had a pair of singles, also scored and driven in a run tonight. Hopper bullpen will start getting busy now. Infielders up on the corners for the Hops. Pitches a ball away, and the count 1-1 strike. One ball, one strike, one out. Middle infielders look for a double play ball right here. The pitch by Hash. Fouled, left side and out of play. 1-2 the count. Ryan DeSantos, left-hand hitter at the plate for the Henderson Flash. Out of a stretch comes Aaron Hash. Checking the pitch. Fastball missed outside, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One away in the inning. The pitch. Goes to the pitcher. Plate, 1, first, 2 for the price of 1. The Hoppers turn their third double play of the year. The Santos out 1-2-3 for the third out. And Dalton is out 1-2 at the plate for the second out. And Henderson gone here in the 5th. No runs, hits, or errors. And the Flash leave 2, and they have stranded 5. We'll go to the middle of the 5th. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, it's still the Hoptown Hoppers 4, Henderson Flash 3. Sam McFarland will become the third pitcher tonight for the Henderson Flash. McFarland, a tall-looking right-hander out of Owensboro, and plays at Kentucky Wesleyan College. McFarland's second appearance of the year. He's pitched a third of an inning, has walked one, has an ERA of 0 on the season. And he replaces Cade Sanders, who came in behind the starter, J.D. Willis, in this ballgame.
Leading off for the Hoppers, left field number 16.
Vergara to lead off the fifth. Sanders 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, none earned. No walks and no strikeouts. McFarland delivers, and Vergara fouls one right side and out of play on the first base side, strike one. Vergara's flied to center, popped to second, 0 for 2 tonight. Remember, the Muhlenberg County Stallions will be in here for a 7:30 start time tomorrow night. Be sure you note that start time at 7:30. We'll be on the air on Hoppers Radio and TV at 7:10. Curveball is low, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch to Vergara, hit foul sharply by third. And the count now is 1-2. Again, Paducah, a 10-5 winner tonight over Louisville in league play. Chiefs have had a bit of a struggle to start the year. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Luis Vergara at the plate. Ron Brown the follow. Fred Fernandez in the fold for the Hoppers. As we bat here in the fifth. And here's a foul ball up the third baseline. And that one got a piece of Vergara. And the count 2-2 still. Mentioned earlier, after this 2-game homestand, the Hoppers will hit the road for a couple. They'll be at Owensboro Wednesday and at Fulton on Thursday before coming back here for Franklin Friday. Full count Saturday at Bowling Green Ballpark, and then Sunday with Fulton. 2-2 pitch hit in the air to center where Peyton Matthews has a play. And that is the first out, as Vergara retired on a fly ball to center. He's now 0 for 3 in the game. Ron Brown has struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. 6'5" and 260 is Ron Brown. He is built like an offensive or defensive lineman in football. And he swings and misses on the first pitch for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch, curve, in there for a strike, and a good pitch by Sam McFarland. And he's ahead in the count now, 1-2. Now 1-2 pitch. Brown rifles one in the air to right. And nice catch by the right fielder out there, DeSantos. He reached out with a glove hand and made a great play out in the right field corner. 2 down for Fred Fernandez, who's 1 for 1 with a sac fly that brought home a run back in the 3rd inning. That was then the tying run for the Hoppers, who had trailed 3-2 until that point. Strike call to Fernandez, and the count 0-1. McFarland ready with an 0-1. Breaking ball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now a 1-1 pitch, here it is. Low, ball 2, 2-1. Two outs, nobody on for the Hoppers here in the 5th. Leading the Henderson Flash 4-3. Checking the pitch. Foul back to the screen, 2-2. The Deuces are wild with 2 outs. Nixon getting him a loose baseball there, attaboy. Now a 2-2. Curveball got him, strike 3. Fernandez down on strikes, the first strikeout for Sam McFarland. Hoppers go quietly in the 5th. We move along to the 6th on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. Your score, the Hoptown Hoppers 4, Henderson Flash 3 on Hoppers Radio. Four, 3 Hoppers lead it here as we play in inning 6.
Leading off for the Flash, number 25, third baseman.
Or as Danny Kaye once sang, inning 6, Maury Wills draws a walk. Remember the DODGERS song back in the 60s? Fastball, low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Melanie would be on me for singing on the air again. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Strike, and the count evens 1-1. Good curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aaron Hash still working on the bump. He's gone all the way for the Hoppers in this one. The 1-1 pitch. Curve, missed inside, 2-1. Boy, I didn't even get a retaliatory comment about that, about the singing. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swinging liner. Oh, that one hit the pitcher Hash, and he is down. Oh, my goodness. Don't know where it got him, but Hash is laying flat of his back out on the pitching mound. Hoffman will get credit for a base hit, but that's not the big concern right now. The big concern is where Aaron Hash is concerned. That was a screamer that came back to the mound. I don't know if it got him in the face or got him on the shoulder or what at this point. But the trainers are out immediately to look at him. All the Hoppers that are in the infield and even in the outfield. And Hash is up. He says, I'm all right. Let me throw a couple right here. I mean to tell you, that was a screamer, though, that went back to the box. Hash got his glove up, but the ball beat the glove. And now Gary Vaught says something to J.D. Arnton, to the plate umpire, and I'm sure the question will be, is it all right if he takes a couple of warm-up tosses right here and takes a minute to collect his thoughts back? And I would say that most certainly is welcome. But I think just on the side of caution that the Hoppers are going to bring a new pitcher in here in the 6th inning. It looks like we do have some activity coming in from the bullpen. So we will have a break in the action for a new pitcher as a call from the bullpen has been made. And on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, as Henderson bats in the 6th, it's the Hoppers 4 and Henderson 3. Season, Jacob D. Lacerda. He's out of Houston, Texas, in Central Christian College. He joined the club last Thursday along with Ron Brown. So D. Lacerda will replace Aaron Hash, who went 5 innings plus before he got hit by that line drive. Four hits he allowed, 3 runs at the moment. That is unearned. They are unearned, I should say. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts for Hash. But the man on base, Hoffman, is his responsibility. Casey Sorg, the left fielder, will bat now for the Flash. Tying run at first base for Henderson. 4-3 our score as we play in the 6th. De La Cerda, the left-hander, ready. Here it is. In the dirt. Spear can't find it for a moment. Runner will go to second on a wild pitch. So the tying run sits at second base for the Flash again. At second base is Hoffman. He hit a screamer back to the mound that sent the starting pitcher Hash to the deck and out of the ball game. De La Cerda wants a new baseball before we continue, and he is granted one by the plate umpire, Darren Clark. De La Cerda ready with the next. That's in the dirt, bouncing in front of the plate. 2-0 to the batter, Casey Sorg. Two balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss on the next one, and the count 2-1. Now the 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. Three balls, one strike, nobody out. 4-3 Hoppers lead as we play here in the 6th inning of play. Game started an hour late due to the heat. We're normally through or close to through about this time. 3-1 to the plate, hit foul up the third base side. String is out at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hoffman at second. Takes a short lead there. De La Cerda ready with the next offering as he'll work from the stretch. Here's the lefty's pitch. Bouncing ball by the mound. J-Rod will throw off balance to first in time for the out. They go back across the field to try to get Hoffman, but he's back into the bag safely. Nice defensive play by J-Rod. Charging that ball. It's worthy of a red star. One down. Peyton Matthews has grounded out to second. Reached on an error by the second baseman Harlan early in the game. And, of course, it's now Dupes playing at second. 4-3 Hoppers lead. Infielders creeping up all the way around for the Hops. And here's a fly ball lifted in the air to fairly deep right. Tachioka goes up the fence, and he cannot bring it back. It is a 2-run homer for the Flash, who now lead 5-4. Tachioka went as high as he could go, but he couldn't bring that bad boy back. And the Flash have taken the 1-run advantage. That is their 9th home run of the year. They were 5th in the league coming into play tonight. And for the Hopper pitchers, that's the 8th one they've given up this year. And for De La Cerda, his first. Four runs, by the way, allowed by Hash, only 1 earned. 1-0 pitch is a ball inside. Well, we're now being told Dupes is at third and Donaldson's at second. As the pitch is a ball. We don't get the lineup changes upstairs very often, so we have to go by what we know. .30 pitch is ball 4. Thanks for the information, though. We appreciate that. De La Cerda with the first walk. Gary Vaught's on his way to the mound. And De La Cerda's let me try that again. De La Cerda's night might be done, and it's going to be. So as Drew Dalton, the top of the order, comes up here for the Flash, we get a break in the action for a new pitcher with a score Henderson 5 and the Hoppers 4 on the Holiday Inn and Suites scoreboard. Back in a moment. This is Hoppers Radio. what changes are coming up. Hupp will appear in his 4th game here now. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, none earned, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an ERA of 0. De La Cerda finishes after 1/3 of an inning.
Second baseman,
1 hit, 1 run,
Dalton.
no strikeouts, and 1 walk. All right, here's Dalton. 0 for 2 with a walk. Runner at first for Henderson, who leads here 5-4 in the 6th. Ball 1 is low and away, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. This is like the high schools when they don't tell you. The lineup changes. 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground towards short. J-Rod, nice play, throws to second. Does not get the out, or he does get the out there. 2 down. As Berinda is retired on the force play for the 2nd out. Another great play by J-Rod. Put a star by it. Dalton aboard on a fielder's choice. And Kyle Levanchi up. He's 0 for 3. Has grounded out twice, flied to center. Has a run batted in. 5-4. Henderson leads here in the 6th. First pitch from Hupp is inside, ball 1. De La Cerda charged with 1 run, the guy who hit the home run, Matthews. And it is an earned run. 1-0 pitch, 2-0 as it misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Now a 2-0. Strike called in the inside corner in the count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hupp ready with the next. Here it is. Runner goes. Ball hit in the left, and that's a base hit. Dalton running with the pitch goes to second. It is a single for Levanchi. Henderson now with 3 hits in the inning, and they have 6 in the game. And here is Nick Rucker. He's had a double, walked and scored, and been hit by a pitch. Henderson leading 5-4 as we play here in the top of the 6th at Tiger Field. Hoppers are down a run. Hupp works from the stretch. Looks the runner back to second. The pitch. Strike call in the inside corner and the count 0-1. One strike to count. Here's the stretch and the pitch by Hupp. That one's all the way to the screen. On a wild pitch, the runners will move up a base. So now Henderson a chance here to add to their lead with runners at second and third. There are 2 outs in the inning and a 1-1 count to Nick Rucker. J-Rod has to run back across the field. He was over on the first base side of the mound for what I don't know. The pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Nick Rucker. Rucker, the 7th man to bat in the inning for the Henderson Flash, who lead here 5-4. 2-run homer by Peyton Matthews put him up. The pitch. That's a pop foul back at a play. Deuce is wild, 2-2 with 2 outs.
tickets left for those 50-50 raffle tickets also.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Two outs, runners at second and third. Hupp trying to put it out. He does. He got him swinging and missing for strike 3, and Rucker is gone, and so are the Henderson Flash here in the 6th. 2 runs on the home run by Matthews. 3 hits, no errors. 2 runners left. Henderson is stranded 7. We go to the bottom of the 6th on Hoppers Radio and on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. Henderson 5 and the Hoppers 4. Donaldson has struck out, flied to center, and hits the first pitch in the air to center. And that ball is an out to the deepest part of the park, as Matthews hauls it in for out number 1. My eyes are still getting used to the new glasses, so you have to bear with me a little. Here's Zarlingo. Has flied to right, grounded the second, 0 for 2. First pitch is ball 1. One ball and no strikes. And the pitch by Sam McFarland, lifted left side, foul, and out of play. Well, let's check the out-of-town OVL scoreboard, shall we? We know that Paducah was a winner tonight. That was a 10-5 win over the Louisville Jockeys. Pitch is outside, and the count is 2-1 now to the batter, Zarlingo. Here's another foul ball, 2-2. Fulton leads Owensboro in the bottom of the 9th, 19-6. I'd say the Railroaders have got that one wrapped up, don't you? Bottom of the 8th, Franklin 8, Muhlenberg County 4. Next pitch is strike 3 called, and Zarlingo on a 2-2 pitch is out on strikes. Second strikeout for Sam McFarland. 2 up and 2 down, and here is Will Spear coming to the plate. Spears flied to right, reached on an error, and scored what was the go-ahead run for the Hoppers on the double by Dupes, the controversial one back in the 4th inning concerning the lineup and whether or not Dupes was in it. Strike 1 to Will Spear. McFarland's next pitch misses low, 1-1. Next one fouled out of play. 1-2 the count. Next pitch low, 2-2. Haven't heard an attendance figure tonight, but we do know, we can tell you, the crowd average has been near 400, 391 on the season. 2-2 to the plate, and the string is out at 3-2 to the batter, Will Spear. Sam McFarland, the third pitcher of the night, employed by J.D. Arndt and the Henderson Flash. The pitch. Swinging, ground ball, big hop. Handcuffs the shortstop a little. Throw by Levinci is not in time. Juggled by the first baseman. And the Hoppers have a 2-out base runner in Will Spear. And the batter now, Jacob Dupes, who had that double his first time. We'll see how Matt Robinson officially scores that. And it'll be an infield hit. Hoppers now with their 6th hit of the night. First pitch, and Dupes takes ball 1 outside. So Harlan finishes the night 0 for 1, and then Dupes had that double to left center that brought home a run back in the 4th. The pitch, low and away from McFarland, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Here's a throw to first and the runner back. That won't work. The magnifying glass is a little fuzzy looking out there on the field. Brandon Mattingly, the pitching coach for Henderson, on his way out. And I'm sure he's going to tell McFarland, throw some strikes. Henderson has a little activity scurrying around in the bullpen. 328 our attendance tonight. Nice crowd, 328. On the night sponsored by Service One Credit Union out of Bowling Green, Grease Night. Now Darren Clark, the plate umpire, will go out to start to speed things up. Tell you what, it has turned out to be a very comfortable evening here at the Old Orchard. Hopefully we'll have one more of those tomorrow before the mammoth temperatures hit. .54 the projected low here tonight. 96 and 63 tomorrow. Uh-huh. 2-1 the count. The next pitch missing to Dupes. Here's a foul, 2-2. Oh me. 2-2 with 2 outs. McFarland ready, runner at first. The pitch nubbed up the line. Foul, they'll say at the plate. Stays at 2-2. Mr. Nixon bringing out a new set of baseballs for the play umpire and sending one back to the dugout. A few of those pearls will get saved for batting practice when they get a scuff on them. Deuce is wild, 2-2 to Dupes again. The pitch, swinging another number foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. 2-2 to the plate. Curveball misses inside. The string is out at 3-2. Wow. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hoppers have a run at first. They're trailing 5-4 in the home 6. Runner goes. Pitch is hit to the right side to the first baseman. Thomas takes the play himself, and that will end the inning. 3 unassisted on the out at first. 1 hit, 1 runner left. Hoppers have left 5. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, we head to inning 7.
Right,
Henderson 5 and the Hoppers 4.
Hoptown Hoppers and Sunflower make it 3.
And some of the Hoppers out there in the hula hoop game that they do here in the 6th inning every night.
How about your first baseman for 33,
Zach Thomas, the first baseman, will lead it off for the Henderson Flash. Thomas has grounded to first the pitcher, flied to left, been hit by a pitch in his at-bats. He's officially 0 for 2. Henderson 5 and the Hoppers 4 as we play in the 7th. We're going to get Harry warmed up to sing for you here in a little bit. Ball 1 is outside from Cody Hupp. 1 ball and no strikes. Remember, Muhlenberg County here tomorrow night. And again, we'll have a 7:30. First pitch will be on the air at 7:10 on Hoppers Radio. Foul ball, 1-1. Hoppers TV will also be on at that time. Good to see our buddy Mr. Salmon's back in the park tonight. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch, here it is. Hupp delivers, low and inside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is a fly ball lifted toward right center, and Zarlingo about 18 steps to his left. Our right, as we look at him out there, has it for the first out. That's 4 putouts he's made in the outfield tonight himself, Zarlingo. Here's Ryan Dos Santos, who hit into a 1-2-3 double play back in the 5th inning. Singled in a run in the 3rd, had a hit and scored on an error in the 2nd rather. He shows bunt, takes ball 1 high from Cody Hupp. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Pause in the pitch. He shows a bunt again, takes outside. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Now the pitch. Fastball strike called on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Two one to the plate. Slice third base side. Foul. Left side and out of play. I have to admit to you, friends, I did not watch any of the U.S. Open this weekend. I'd listened to some of it. My buddies Dennis and Carl Paulson among those on the call. Must have been a heck of an Open. Slicing that foul ball made me think about golf for a minute. 2-2 to the plate by Hupp. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And for Cody Hupp, that is strikeout number 2. 2 outs in the inning. It'll be up to Hoffman, who had an infield hit that hit the starting pitcher Hash in the last inning. He scored on the home run by Matthews. He has walked and flied to center, 1 for 2. Ball 1 is low. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on for the Flash, who lead here 5-4 in the 7th. Swing and a miss. And the count evens at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Now 1-1. Tied a ball, it's 2-1. Hoppers will have the top third of the order. Tachioka, Rodriguez, and Vigera up in the home 7th. Now the pitch. Popped up and back out of play. Heads up here on the first base side. Far enough back that it got away, though. And Frankie G gets his own foul ball. Attaboy. Yeah, go redeem that and get one of your own Huggard, Beard, and Giles foul balls there, Mr. Giles. Two and two the count. 2 outs. Deuces are wild on the board with Hoffman at the plate. The pitch by Hupp is high and the string is out at 3-2. Hupp ready with a 3-2. Here's a bounding ball to third. Knocked down by Dupes. He can't not make a play, and Henderson has a 2-out base runner. 4th error of the night for the Hoppers. They now have 32 on the season. Casey Sorg up now. Grounded to short on a great play Rodriguez made back in the last inning. Has struck out, reached on an error, and was forced out. 5-4 Henderson in the 7th. The pitch. Popped up. First base side. Who's got it? Ron Brown does. Oh, and he dropped the ball. Runner goes to third. Now it's thrown away. And Henderson leads 6-4. Holy Moses. Boy, that looked like that was going to be a routine play, and Brown dropped it. Sorg ends up at second, and scoring all the way from first base on the play was Hoffman. 2 errors on the play, the drop ball, and then the throwaway at third. Henderson has scored 3 times in their last 2 at-bats, and they lead here now 6-4. First pitch swinging, foul ball by Matthews, who homered his last time up. He's grounded out, and he also reached on an error. Next pitch is a called strike, and he's ahead in the count now. 0-2 is Cody Hupp to Matthews. No balls, 2 strikes. Pause in the pitch. Just missed inside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now the pitch. Pop foul out of play. We'll do it again. One and two, 2 outs to Peyton Matthews. Ben Berenda waits on deck for Henderson, who leads here now 6-4 in the 7th. The pitch. Foul, left side of play. We'll do it again. 1 run. No hits. 2 errors. Make it 3 errors in the inning for the Hoppers. Swing and a miss. And that'll be a throwdown. The K goes 2-3, and that will end the inning. 1 run. As we say, no hits. 3 errors. And 1 run left on base. They've stranded 8. 7th inning stretch now for Chick-fil-A on Fort Campbell Boulevard. Take it away, Harry.
Special thank you to all your Hopper sponsors. Thank you to Advantage Realtors for providing post-game meal for 4 seasons this evening. And we do still have a chance at some spicy chicken biscuit for the first stolen base for the Hoppers. We still haven't got that yet. Hint, hint.
This is Hoptown Hoppers Baseball, presented by Chick-fil-A on News Radio, WHOP, and WHOPAM.com.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Hoppers, 1, Ren Tachioka.
Ren Tachioka leads off the home 7th. The Hoppers trail 6-4. New pitcher is Aiden Vosberg out of Giroux, Louisiana, and LSU Eunice. Ren takes the first pitch for a called strike. 2 for 2 with a sacrifice is Ren tonight. And Giroux, Louisiana, for those of you musicology type experts, and that pitch is a ball, 1-1, is spelled just like the last name of the late Al Giroux. Jarreau. And there you go. Next pitch to Tachioka is a ball. The great Al Giroux had some great hits in the 80s. We're in this love together. Teach Me Tonight. Boogie Down. Moonlighting Theme. 2-1 to Tachioka. Line to the right center, and that's a leadoff hit. And Tachioka is going to stretch this into a double. How you like that one? Well, we were just trying to make this a routine base hit for Ren, and he says, guess what? I'm going to take extra base here. Well, how many times have we seen him do that this season? Rodriguez comes up with a chance to tie this ball game. He's had a home run tonight, has walked, has grounded to third. Let's see, what other songs did Al Jarreau have? After All, one of my personal favorites. We're in This Love Together. Teach Me Tonight. His version was very good. Francis Albert's is a little better. Just saying. Let's see. There was another one on that album. Breaking Away, the title track from the first album, Breaking Away. That was a great song, too. Great jazz song. J-Rod 1 for 2, or make that 1 for 3. Tachioka at second, nobody out in the bottom of the seventh. J-Rod was going for all of it there. Vosberg snuck one in on him, swing and a miss, strike one. Vosberg, the fourth pitcher of the night. J.D. Arndt has had all of his pitchers go 2 innings. Here's a smash off the third baseman and kicks in the foul ground. Tachioka will score to make it 6-5. I want to tell you that was a hard hit ball toward the third baseman Hoffman. And that will be an infield hit and an RBI for J-Rod. He now has 3 ribbies on the night. 6-5 with Vergara at the plate. He's flied twice to center and popped to second. Oh, another Al Jarreau song I just thought of. Since I Fell for You, the Lenny Welch song from back in the 60s, he redid it. McFarland, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts for Henderson. First pitch to Luis Vergara is a ball, 1-0. I think I got the Jarreau library, or at least the ones I know, all in play. Breaking Away. What a great song. 1-0 pitch, 2-0. I'm not in good singing, not in good singing form tonight, nor will I try. 2 balls and no strikes to Luis Vergara. Runner at first is J-Rod, and a swing and a foul tip at the plate, and the count is now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Milwaukee beat the Cardinals tonight 2-0. Atlanta, a winner over San Francisco. Also this evening. 2-1 to the plate. Strike evens the count at 2-2. Deuces wild with nobody out in the 7th. Throw to first by Vosberg, and the runner's back. Vosburg is how he spells his last name if you're scoring along with us at home. Scorecards are like artistry, so they say, if you're one that keeps one. Breaking ball, did he go? They'll ask Don Gilmore at first. Doesn't matter. They're going to say it's a strikeout, and Vergara is gone. First strikeout for Vosberg, and the 5th of the night for a Henderson pitcher. Ron Brown has struck out, fly to right, hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch, curve in for a strike, and the count 0-1. One strike, 1 out, 1 on for the Hoppers. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. Ron had a big cut there, and he came away empty. The count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Brown is out on a breaking ball. Ron was going for the downs there and came up empty. 2 straight strikeouts for Vosberg. 2 down in the inning. Fred Fernandez called out on strikes, has had a sac fly to bring home a run, and has also singled to center in his 3 at-bats. (6-5) Henderson here in the 7th. We owe you station identification break. We'll try to get you one here, either at the half inning or if the inning is prolonged right here. Vosberg ready. Strike called, and the count is 0-1 to Fred Fernandez. One strike, 2 outs in the inning. Next pitch misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. Thanks to my buddy Jeremy Thompson out at Chick-fil-A for the new chair out here on the perch. Doing good duty quite nicely. 1-1, tap foul. And the count now is 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. 2 away in the inning. Runner at first base is Rodriguez. He reached on a infield smash off the third baseman, Hoffman, who could not make a play on the hard hit ball. It allowed Tachioka to score, who doubled the lead off the inning. Here's a breaking ball. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Well, 3 strikeouts for Vosberg after giving up the leadoff run and hit. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 man left. The Hoppers have stranded 6 on the Holiday Inn and Suite scoreboard as we head to the 8th. It's Henderson 6 and the Hoppers 5. College World Series in Omaha tonight in the SEC battle. Ole Miss 13, Arkansas 5. That's now final. Ben Berenda has struck out twice and walked. And the first pitch from Cody Hupp, ball 1. Hupp, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Hoppers, behind the starter Aaron Hash, who left the game in the 5th inning after being hit by a line drive, and Jacob De La Cerda, who lasted a 1/3 of an inning. Ball 2 is low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Muhlenberg County tomorrow night. 7:30 again, our first pitch time due to the heat. 7:10 will be our airtime on Hoppers Radio. Pitch is inside, and the count now 3-0. That one went all the way to the screen. 3 balls and no strikes. Now the pitch. Hutwin hit him. Miranda hit by a pitch from Cody Hupp. Here in the 8th to start things off, and Dalton is up. He's flied to center, reached on an error and scored, walked and hit into a fielder's choice 2 innings ago. Gary Vaught's on the way to the mound, and he has seen enough. So we will have a break in the action on Hoppers Radio as we'll get a new hurler out of the Hopper bullpen. And on the Holiday Inn and Suites scoreboard as we play in the top of the 8th, Henderson 6 and the Hoppers 5. Gary Vaught and the Hoppers. Albinson's 5th appearance, 3 in the 3rd innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run which was earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of 2.70. Albinson will face Drew Dalton here in a moment as he'll conclude his warm-up tosses. Hupp goes 1 2/3 innings tonight. One hit, 1 run, which is unearned at the moment. No walks and 3 strikeouts for Hupp in the ballgame. Hopper pitchers have had 6 altogether in the contest. So here is Dalton and here is Albinson. Chopper to short. J-Rod, second, 1, first, 2 for the price of 1 again. Holy Moses. What a play. Turned in by J-Rod in front of the bag at second. He flipped back to Donaldson covering, and the Hoppers get the twin killing. I've been waiting all season to say the Toppers were going to get that. Oh, boy. Kyle Levansky up now, 1 for 4 in the game. Yeah. That's right, Miss Carson. OMG. Yeah. Not the first time I've done that, by the way, over the years. Saying the Toppers instead of the Hoppers. Ball 1 to Levansky. 1-0 by Albinson all the way to the screen. 2-0, and that one's going to come rolling all the way back. Yeah. Old habits die hard, don't they? I got to learn to say racers now instead of toppers. Oh, goodness. 2 balls in no strikes. Albinson ready with the next. Swinging a foul ball, back 2-1. We may have some visitors. Speaking of the toppers, we may have some visitors Saturday night at the full count game. It is yet to be determined. That's all I will tell you right now. We'll know a little more maybe by Friday. 2-1 pitch, here it is. Albinson delivers, fouled back 2-2. Too many things on my mind up here in this booth tonight. Deuce is wild, 2-2 with 2 outs. Lovechki facing Oakley Albinson. Here it is. Little tapper to the right side. Nice play by Albinson. He'll shovel it over to Ron Brown. 1-3 on the put out. And the Henderson Flash are gone here quietly in the 8th. So the Hoppers a chance to tie things up as they come to bat in the bottom of the 8th on Hoppers Radio. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard, your score remains Henderson 6 and the Hoppers 5. Drew Donaldson leads off the home 8th against Aiden Vosberg of the Henderson Flash. Donaldson 0 for 3 has flied to center and struck out. Actually, he's flied to center twice and struck out. Swing and a miss. He had a big cut. Strike 1. One strike to the hitter. Vosberg delivers the next outside. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out. Hoppers are down 6-5. Swing and a miss on a good off-speed pitch. Donaldson finds himself in the hole, 1-2. Something smells good downstairs on the grill. Wonder if they do me a to-go sandwich. 1-2. Pounding ball hit towards short. Nice play by Lovechki. Throws to first. Donaldson is out, 1 down. Drew now 0 for 4, and here's Anthony Zarlingo, who's 0 for 3. He's flied to right, grounded out, and struck out. Going to be a late night, but fortunately not a short night. One more day before we start yours truly starts his new duties away from here. Ball 1 to Anthony Zarlingo. One ball and no strikes. Time called. We'll get the plate dusted off as Zarlingo turns around and hits left-handed against the right-hand pitcher. Hard hit ball to the right side, bobbled by the second baseman, comes up throwing a little late, and Zarlingo with 1 out is aboard. Zarlingo aboard with 1 out, and the hitter will be Will Spear.
Now batting pitcher Will Spear.
And that will be an error charged to the second baseman, Drew Dalton, the 20th error of the year for Henderson. Throw to first and the runner back. First pitch to the plate, fastball is up, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Will Spear. Reached on an error and scored in the 4th. Had an infield hit to the shortstop in the 6th and has flied to right, 1 for 3. Next pitch is hit into left field, and that's a base hit. Well, the Hoppers have the tying run at second. The go-ahead run at first, and Spear now 2 for 4. And here is Jacob Dupes, who's had a double to bring in a run, and he is grounded to first.
Batting for the Hoppers, third base number 22, Jacob Dukes.
And let's see, Gary Vaught is out of the dugout. I don't know if he's making some changes or if he's just out of the dugout to be out. He has time called. All the runners and the batter are with him.
Trivia answer
Ooh.
was track and field.
So Dupes ready to come to the plate now. And we got some of our native reptile types, the creepy crawly bugs, hanging around up here with us tonight. Get our boys at McGee Pest Control, who sponsor our broadcast out here, to do a little exterminating. 2 on, 1 out here in the 8th, as Dupe stands in 1 for 2. Checking a pitch, low and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, Hoppers trailing Henderson 6-5. Tying run is at second. In Zarlingo, Spear is at first. Outfield playing the hitter straight away. Vosberg out of a stretch. The right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball, strike called, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Henderson 6, the Hoppers 5 as we play here in the 8th. Hoppers took an early 2-0 lead on the home run in the first inning by Rodriguez. Good save there by Miranda. Henderson scored a run in the second, 2 in the third. Hoppers scored a run in the third to tie it. They took a 4-3 lead after 4. Henderson goes up 5-4 in the 6th. Added a run in the 7th inning to take a 6-4 lead. Hoppers got a run in the bottom of the 7th. Vosberg's pitch foul to the screen. Or make that, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Zarlingo at second and Spear at first. The pitch. Breaking ball just missed from Vosberg. And the string is out at 3-2. Now a payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Oh, Dupes had tossed the bat away and started the first base, and he came back with a long look at the plate umpire, Darren Clark, on that one. 4 strikeouts now for Zarlinga, or for Vosburg, rather. 2 down. Ren Tachioka. A pair of singles. A double. He's driven in a run. He's also had a sacrifice. 3 for 3 in this game. From Sanayama, Japan. Let's see if he can deliver here in the 8th. Tying run at second base in the person of Zarlinga. Ball 1 is way outside to Ren. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Vosburg from the stretch checks the runners. Here he comes. Ball 2 is outside to Ren Tachioka. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count, 2 outs. Now the stretch, kick and the pitch. Tachioka fouls one up the first base side. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, and nobody out. Or make that 2 outs in the inning, beg your pardon. Ren Tachioka at the plate. Aiden Vosburg ready, but time called by Ren Tachioka before we continue along. Now the pause to pitch in the dirt. Runners will not advance. And the count now 3-1 to Ren Tachioka. Oh, and they called a balk.
Now batting for the Hoppers, shortstop number 7, Joshua Rodriguez.
Rodriguez at the plate. I don't know what happened. I had my head down for a second. I just know the runners moved up and the bases are loaded as Tachioka is at first base. Intentional walk they did to Ren. Okay. First pitch to J-Rod is a strike. Boy, that was kind of an interesting move to intentionally walk Tachioka right there. Like I said, I had my head down for looking for something. Oh, that's a good save by Berenda. Otherwise, that's disaster for Henderson. 1-1 to count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Vosburg, 4th pitcher of the night for Henderson, delivers. Foul. 1-2. One and 2 the count. 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Hoppers, trailing 6-5 in the 8th. The pitch. Down and away, and the deuces are wild to J-Rod at 2-2 with 2 outs. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a high fastball. Vosberg with 5 strikeouts. And that'll do it for the Hoppers in the 8th. They leave the bases loaded. 9 left altogether. No runs on 1 hit and 1 error for the Flash. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard as we go to the 9th, it is Henderson 6 and the Hoppers 5. And Ryan DeSantos will bat for the Flash. Our game is nearing the 3-hour mark. Rutgers reached on a double, walked and scored, been hit by a pitch and struck out. Waiting for our plate umpire, Darren Clark, to get a new supply of baseballs from Brother Nixon before we continue along. Again, our attendance tonight, 328 in the ballpark. Nice crowd here. Some have left, most have stayed. Oakley Albinson here in the 9th. Ball 1 is high. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. One 1-0 pitch. Curve is high. And the count now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out. 6-5 Henderson leads in the 9th. The pitch. Ball 3 is high. Three 3-0 the count. Albinson in danger of walking the leadoff man. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, and he did it on 4 straight. First walk allowed by Albinson in the ball game, and the 5th for the Hoppers tonight as far as the pitchers are concerned. And here is Zach Thomas, 0 for 3 with a hit batsman. He's flied out twice and grounded out. Gary Vaught's to the mound, and guess what? Another pitching change. So we'll have a break in the action here in the 9th for a new pitcher for the Hoppers. On the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. 1 on, nobody out for Henderson. The Flash lead at 6-5. Bloomington, Indiana, and Wilmington College. And his numbers on the season: 5th appearance. He has made 2 starts. He's 2-1. 18 2/3 innings pitched, 19 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 18 strikeouts, ERA of 2.89, and he has given up a home run. And he will face Zach Thomas. Strike. Oh, that missed low and away for a ball. That was a pretty good pitch from up here. Wow. Ball 1 to Zach Thomas. Throw over to first by Blevins. Runner is back to the bag safely. Albinson pitched 1 inning. Goose eggs across the board at the moment, swinging a foul ball back. One ball and 1 strike to the batter, Zach Thomas. Nobody out and the man aboard for Henderson here in the 9th. Curveball missed away, and it's 2-1. By the way, if you're looking to the home 9th, the Hoppers will have Vergara, Brown, and Fernandez due up. Next pitch, a chopper to third. Second one, on to first. Safe at first base. 5-4 on the force out of Rucker for the first out. It's a fielder's choice for Thomas. And Dos Santos up now. Has had a pair of singles, hit into a double play, struck out, drove in a run, and has scored a run in this game. Pitch in the dirt, and the runner will go to second base. Thomas on a wild pitch. So the Flash, who have the 6-5 lead here in the 9th, are trying to add a little insurance. By the way, Henderson has played 5 one-run games this year. They are 2-3. The Hoppers have played 3 one-run games, and they're 2-1. Strike call on the inside corner. Good pitch. Blevins evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Did he lay off? They'll ask. Did not swing. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on for Henderson, leading 6-5 in the 9th. Pitch is low and inside, and the count 3-1. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and the string is out at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Fouled, third base side, now to play. We stay at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Blevins, the 5th pitcher of the night, has started for the Hoppers. Ground ball, it handcuffs the first baseman. Out at first base as Brown made a quick shovel to Blevins, and they get the out. Good work there in the field. 3-1 on the out of Dos Santos as Thomas moves to third. 2 down for Jeff Hoffman. And an infield hit and scored in the 6th. Reached on an error and scored in the 7th. Has walked and flied to center. He is 1 for 3. First pitch hard hit through the left side. That's a base hit. And the Flash get a little insurance there as Hoffman singles sharply to left and brings home Thomas to make it 7-5 Henderson. He wasted no time on the first pitch he saw from Blevins. So the Hoppers now will have a little work to do in the bottom of the 9th, down by 2. Casey Sorg has struck out, reached on an error, grounded out, reached on an error a second time. Foul ball, strike 1 to him. One strike with 2 outs. Pause in the pitch. Swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Now the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count, 2 outs. And a run in for the Henderson Flash. You have a runner at first here in the 9th, leading 7-5. Foul, left side and out of play. Let's see, we have now passed the 3-hour mark. 3 hours and 8 minutes roughly we're at. Late night ride back to Murray. 1-2 to the plate. Little check swing bloop toward left, and that's going to fall in there. Well, the Flash have 2 on. And they've picked up a pair of hits in the inning. 8 altogether, and here's Matthews, who had a 2-run homer. Back in the 6th, he has struck out, grounded out, reached on an error, 1 for 4. (7-5) Henderson in the 9th. Curveball is outside, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. 2 down. Runners at first and second. Now the pitch. Bounder to the right side. Flip to the shortstop on the force. Good work there. As Donaldson to J-Rod on the force of Sorg. And that will end the inning for the Henderson Flash. 1 run they do score. They do it on a couple of base hits, no errors. And 2 runners left. Henderson has stranded 10. Last call, y'all. We go to the bottom of the 9th on the Holiday Inn and Suites Convention Center scoreboard. It's Henderson 7 and the Hoppers 5. Luis Vergara leads off the ninth. He's flied out twice, struck out, and popped to second 0 for 4. Hoppers now down by 2 at 7-5, and Vergara trying to bunt his way aboard against the new pitcher. Patterson is thrown out 1-3 for the first out. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the ninth. Nolan Patterson is out of Henderson, New York, or Nevada rather, and plays at Centralia College. Here's Ron Brown. 0 for 4, has struck out twice, flied out, and hit into a fielder's choice. First pitch is ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Left-hander delivers, swing and a miss, and the count evens at 1-1. On 1, Brown fouls at the plate, 1-2. Everything else in the OVL tonight is done, best we can tell. 2-2 as the next pitch misses. And popped off the catcher's glove and went all the way to the Hopper dugout. Next pitch to Brown misses, and the... Wait a minute now. They're going to call Brown out on strikes, and he ain't real happy. Gary Vaught comes out of the dugout now. Brown is not real happy. But here goes Brown back to the dugout, and now Darren Clark's going to go down and visit with the crew chief, Don Gilmore. By the way, Fulton, a 19-6 winner over Owensboro tonight. Franklin beat Muhlenberg County 8-4. So we're the only game still going. Gary Vaught not happy, as Brown is out on strikes. Fulton with their win now goes to 8-7. Owensboro now 5-12 with the loss. Franklin is now 10-5. Muhlenberg County is 5-9. Fred Fernandez comes to the plate. And first pitch swinging, fouls one off, strike one. Here it's Henderson 7 and the Hoppers 5. 2 outs in the ninth. It's up to Fred Fernandez to keep it going. Freddie has struck out twice, had a single in the first, had a sac fly to bring home a run, and he lifts one in the air to right center. But the ball will be caught out there by the right fielder, Dos Santos, and the ball game is over at 10:47 in a game that took 3 hours and 15 minutes to play. Hoppers go quietly in the ninth. Your final score on the Holiday Inn and Suite scoreboard: the Henderson Flash 7, the Hoptown Hoppers 5. Quick post game in a couple of minutes on News Radio WHOP, WHOPAM.com, and Hoppers Radio, presented by Chick-fil-A.